If you want to know what my absolute favorite product, color, technique has been in the balloon world for the month of June, this is the video for you. Welcome to my first ever monthly favorites video. Now I'm starting a new series where every month or every couple months, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you what my favorite product of the moment is, my favorite color or color combination of the moment is, and what my favorite technique is, and maybe I'll throw in some bonus favorites as well. So if you saw my hot air balloon video, you know for June, there can only be one possible favorite product of the month, which is Balloon Bond. I reviewed this recently and I had no idea how much I was actually gonna love it. Even after the review, I was like, oh, okay, this is gonna be good for foil to latex. I had no idea how useful this would be in other applications as well. So for my hot air balloon, I was miserable. Everything I was trying was failing. It was just coming apart. Like the more I added on, the more it fell off. So this really saved the day, and in that video I go into a little more detail on it, but this by far has been the saving grace of the month, so I'm just super over the moon about it and so thrilled I found it, and this is definitely gonna be my favorite product of June. Now my favorite color this month isn't a brand new color. This one's been out for several months now, but I just kept finding myself gravitating towards it on every job I did this month. So Cameo is my color of the month for June. I just still love it. I really do think it's the perfect blushy, really soft pink. It's just so soft and neutral. I feel like it can go with just about anything. So I'm still obsessing over this. I know we're going into summer. We're gonna get into some bright vibes here soon, but I just had to give a final shout out to this one because this has really been just my go-to for the last couple of months. I'll see you in the winter, Cameo. Now, if you saw my video on how long do balloon garlands last, you might already know what my favorite technique of the month is gonna be because I couldn't stop raving about it in that video, was using 260s to connect to your little clusters or your singlets, duplets, whatever, when you're building out a garland and adding those accents in. Let me show you what that looks like. So if I take a little pair, a little duplet here, and I take a 260, and I tie it around them here, and then you can attach the other end to another cluster, pair, single balloon, which is what I'm gonna do here. And this is covered in detail in, I think it's video 4 of my Balloon Garland Basic series. But just seeing how much it made a difference when I was looking at the aging process of my Easter balloon garland the other day when I was filming How Long Do Balloon Garlands Last. It would be so easy once these little 5-inchers shrivel, because they're usually the first to go. Once these shrivel, to go ahead and snip out the 260 or just unwind it and pull it out and put in fresh little 5-inch clusters all over to re-accent it. But the base of that garland was still so good after almost 3 months that the fact that I used these made me so happy that it'd be so easy to refresh it and just give it a new spin for a new season. So this has been my favorite technique of the month. And you can do, like I said, singles, doubles, clusters, quads, whatever whatever looks good for the garland you're doing. But just taking, one end of the 260 and attaching it to each, little cluster that you're gonna use, I can now wrap this around my garland, and it's so easy to give you little pops wherever you want them. And if you change your mind, if you don't like how that looked, it's so easy to move it and do it again. So I'm just obsessed with this. And more recently, I've been doing either singles or little pairs, duplets here, because I find that it gives such a softer look. Like sometimes it gets really easy to get carried away, okay, all the time. It's really easy to get carried away when I'm building a garland. For me, I could keep adding extras and finishing touches in until the end of time. So when I'm using quads or even clusters, 4 or 8 at a time of the little balloons, it can really become bulky and build it out. But a lot of the times I don't want a bulky look. So I've really been lately using more of like the 2 at a time or even the little single guys here, which gives it a much softer build out, which I'm really kind of feeling at the moment. I am going to share a bonus favorite with you guys this month, and it's not balloon related, so if you're not interested in anything but balloons from me, just fast forward through this bit. I am a huge music fan, as you may be able to tell from this tattoo. You may have seen other music tattoos that I have. It's a huge part of my life, always has been. And I love covers because I love so many genres of music, like basically anything out there I'm obsessed with. So I love the chance to hear an artist from one genre cover an artist from another genre. It just makes me so happy. And there was one cover I was planning on telling you about today, and then this morning on Spotify it recommended another album I had never heard, and anyway, it blew my mind. Maybe you already know about it, but the first one that I had been planning on telling you about was for any other millennials who grew up in the emo era, Dashboard Confessional, like, you know, the quintessential emo band. They did a cover of Post Malone, Circles, and it is so good, you guys. Yeah, just take a listen if you're interested. It's only on Spotify, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but it is just amazing. I love it. I find myself listening to it all the time. It's probably my most played song this month. Okay, what like blew my mind was, and you probably already know this, but I'm like late to the game here. I'm like not exactly the cool kid on the block, you know? I just found out there was an album put out in 2016 called the Hamilton Mixtape, and on it there are the Hamilton songs done by all these other artists. So you guys, Helpless, done by Ashanti and Ja Rule. Like, are you kidding me? What? Wait for It, done by Usher. Yeah, this was playing while I was doing my makeup this morning, and I was, oh man, yeah, I was having way too much fun. So I just wanted to share those with you in case anyone else out there loves music like I do and didn't know those existed. Do your ears a favor, go take a listen. They're incredible. That's it for this month's favorites. Let me know what you've been loving this month. If there's a product, a color, a technique, anything else you've just been obsessed with this month, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you in the next video.